let's talk about who is the worst president in history and who is the best president in history, possibly. And I say this specifically because I'm talking about, is Trump in that best presidents ever discussion? Yes, for lots of people think he's the best, or him and Abraham Lincoln are the two best. And Biden is, most people, I think the most think he's the worst in history. It's not, but there's definitely a large number of people who are like, it's no longer President Carter who was the worst president in history. It is now clearly President Biden. So, the reason for this discussion, and we'll keep it short, the reason for this discussion is, if Trump's one of the best presidents in history, which I'll show you why it fits, whether you like him or not or disagree, there's certain things that make him fit into that bracket. But if he's one of the best in history, and Kamala served with one of the worst, and she echoed everything he said, and she was in charge of Border Security, I think security specifically. You might have to double check on that. But she's the one that's supposed to go check on the border security and stuff like that when you're vice president. But, and do you want more of the worst administration in history? Why would you want more of that? Just because you hate Trump, or you're going to believe people? And, well, I'm going to say real quick why Trump's considered the best. He's a businessman. He did bring the economy up real quick, and he helped pay our military, make sure our military got paid, or he's working on that, by other countries who can afford to pay for our services. And then, let's see, what else? He just was different. You know, he gave $200 billion to black colleges and black business. And he asked, do you want it now or over a period of 10 years? They say, we want it now. He goes, you got it now. I remember the press conference. That's a big thing that never gets talked about. If the Democrats really cared about black folks, they should love Trump for that. But they hate him. They hated him even more for that, apparently. So, I guess, so it was through him that is that Roe v. Wade got overturned. And, you know, some people are acting like that's a bad thing now. But no, that's a good thing, because we don't need Roe v. Wade. You can have more debates about if somebody's raped, do they get an abortion? Roe v. Wade was allowing anybody to have an abortion. It was leading to that, instead of making it a discussion really of, is it okay to do it if somebody got raped? It's like, you could have it. That was leading us to doing it in the ninth month, on the birthday, right before the birthday, stuff like that. And so it's good that Roe v. Wade was overturned, but he couldn't have done it. It just so happened that there were extra Supreme Court seats open, and he filled them with pro-lifers. And you don't get that but every 30 years or so, and sometimes not even that. I think somebody had died in the Supreme Court, and then one or two seats were up for 30 years that had served their 30-year terms. So that helped Trump a lot on the Roe v. Wade. And so Roe v. Wade actually didn't get finished being overturned until Biden got in office, which he opposed, but it was just the process of it was still going through. So I'll just say, I don't have time right now, I'm going to keep it short, to list reasons that Trump is listed as the best president in history, along with Abraham Lincoln. But he is, and it's for things he did for our economy, it's for a border security, and he took gas prices down to $1, I think it was 30s in some place. That's the lowest they've been in 30 to 40 years. So he got us our own gas pipeline. Biden shut that off, and then our prices went up because you got to pay truck drivers to deliver food. anyhow, so I'm just saying, do you want more of the same with Biden is not even arguably the worst president in history, and it's not because of his dementia. It's his administration. It's the way the Democrat Party is now, and they're trying to do more of the same, and it's, you know, almost any Democrat would have done the same. But I'm going to cut this off before I get interrupted.